There it goes. That's dope. The problem is the throttles are stuck at 100. There's some smoke. Dude, that's so sick. All right, so I want to put this ahead of the video because I've gone ahead and kind of built a rough draft and watched the whole thing, and I cut out a lot of the fat. There was a lot of intermittent like bullshit of me just like flying to and from where the hell we're trying to go, because I want to say I recorded about 2 hours worth of footage when I was doing this. So I want to apologize that I was really extremely tired when I recorded this. I think I recorded it at like 2 in the morning because I was doing college stuff like midterms right before I recorded this, and so I kind of just tried to like get it done by the end of the day, and then it came out like kind of monotone. So I apologize for that. But without further ado, here is the Supertanker mod for Microsoft Flight Sim. It's pretty cool, pretty fun, and I think they're working on building it a little better. Also, I just found out or just watched the new Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and it already has a lot of the firefighting stuff built in, so that's going to be sweet. It's just like this, I hope. Anyways, go ahead, watch it. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, also let me know. I'm sure I don't know. Who cares? Anyways, watch it. Today we are going to be messing around with a brand new Supertanker. So it's the tail number 944, and they're calling it, this package is the 747 Global Supertanker by High Performance Group. And High Performance Group has a bunch of cool add-ons. They have helicopters and what do they have? They have helicopters, hot air balloons, this super tanker that I have here, and some other sort of like GPS map thing. But all of it's a downloadable content payware for Microsoft Flight Sim. And this thing just came out. Today is Tuesday, and it came out Friday. And I was going to mess with it Friday, but I had to go do some stuff. So here I am messing with it today. I will say this, right before I started this recording, I went on their Discord. I joined the High Performance Group Discord, and they kind of released it a little too early. They said there's a ton of bugs, or it's stuff that they can't, I forget exactly what it said, but it's something like they can't figure it out right now, and all the questions they can't get to. So if people wanted a refund, they would give them the refund. I don't think I'm going to do that because, personally, I don't really give a shit. So we'll probably break it. And that's fine. And you know what? For 20 bucks, I don't know how you can really be mad. Because these guys did a great job so far. At least the concept is beautiful. What's cool about this and this download is this thing has to fly, from what it seems like and from what I've read, this thing has to fly behind a lead plane. And what's really sold me on this was the fact that you can also fly as the lead plane. And for those of you who don't know, when you have these big ass planes like this is a VLAT, or a very large air tanker. There's large air tankers, and then I forget the whole classification. I should know, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But basically, they classify a lot of these planes that do firefighting missions, which is what this plane does. And there's only, I believe, there's only one, and it's no longer in service. When they fly these missions, they have to have a lead plane go in, and what they'll do is they'll say 944 on scene of the flight sim incident, and they'll be saying that to air traffic, or air attack. And air attack is the guy who's like a kind of control tower in the air over these wildfires, and they just do orbits for hours and hours and hours until they have to run out of their fuel cycle. So 944 shows up, says, hey, we're 12 miles from the fire. They get cleared in at an altitude and told who's there, and to watch for that traffic that's there, if it's helicopters or other planes or whatever. And then 944 is going to do a loop or a few loops and kind of get a size up an idea of what's going on, where they want this freaking giant air tanker to drop either retardant, which is which slows down the fire, does not put out the fire, or water, which can kind of do both. It's better at putting out fires than it is retarding, because it will evaporate. So when they do that, they need, at least the VLATs that I'm aware of, need a lead plane to go in and either do the initial run with no plane behind it, no super tanker behind it, or with a super tanker behind it. And what they're doing is they're showing exactly where they want you to lay that retardant, start the drop, end the drop. So you can actually fly with this plugin. That's a huge roundabout way of saying you can fly with this plugin, both lead plane and super tanker. And you can mark with smoke, which I'm sure you have to hotkey to any of these controls, where exactly you want the smoke to be laid. I will say this, you don't fly a global super tanker with this little joystick and throttle quadrant thing. You fly it with a yoke. My yoke, I was having issues with it, getting it queued up, hotkeyed up. So I went with this, which is actually a much nicer system than my yoke. So I don't want to hear shit in the comments. Oh, you don't fly? Get out of here. I think I'm going to knock down some of the graphics in this, because I fear that my 3070 Ti will not be able to record in 1080 and fly this plane, which is a plug-in with all the other plugins. Like, I have the thing that shows, my iPad connects to this. I have a head tracker, and that's all I'm going to run for this. I have a bunch of more things, but I'm going to keep it bare bones. I apologize if the graphics are not top of the line. Oh yeah, and by the way, I have 2 monitors. I have a third, but I'm going to leave it off for this as well. And then what's the other thing I want to say? Okay, a little bit about me. I was a firefighter for a few years, and I can't remember if I actually I was a wildland firefighter. I didn't run into like burning buildings and save kittens out of trees. I hiked around and slept in the dirt, ate MREs, and, with a little stupid shovel, just like dig down. All for like $15 an hour. And it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So, ever since doing that, I've left and kind of want to become a pilot, especially for fire. So I nerd out when things like this get dropped. Especially something that's supposed to be as in-depth as it seems to be. So, without further ado, let's try and figure out how to freaking play this. There's, I think, one preloaded mission, and then an option to like create your own mission, which would be sick, because I would for sure help do a bunch of fires that I've been on where this thing fires that I've been on, and not specifically this plane, but like other planes, would be super useful. Like, this thing would be sweet in the desert. This would be a perfect example. Can you see my mouse? Yes, you can see the mouse. If you had a fire working its way up to this ridge, let's say the nose is pointed towards the west, tail towards the east. You have a west wind blowing east. It would be good to have this super tanker to just lay a line right across the backside of the ridge, so that when this fire crests over, I think that would be a good tactic, it's met with retardant. And so when it tries to do a backing fire, it's unable because of the retardant, or at least it's slowed down because of the retardant. So let me turn down the graphics, and we will try and get this thing loaded. And I have about 38 hours at this point in my life, I think. A few solo hours, I think like 3, so I'm ready to fly this thing. Let's go ahead, release the brake. I haven't even listened to the weather or none of that. My instructor would be very mad. Okay, off on the brakes. Oh yeah, I have to connect. Ha. So then go here. Let's just connect as Tanker 101. I usually fly as that anyways. If I'm not getting yelled at on VATSIM. I don't want fucking tips, dude. We'll start. Come on, dude, lift. There we go. What the fuck? What? What the fuck is going on here? Is this the bug? This is crazy. Okay. We'll reload. What the hell? I've gone ahead and put flaps 2. And let's see if it allows us to hold the throttle. It's like the second you lift off, the power goes, and that's fine. If that's what it is, we'll go to the air attack profile, the King Air, which is actually quite funny because that's the whole that was like my life goal. I wanted to do that so bad in real life, but the problem is okay, here. That's so weird. God damn you, just fucking do the... Oh, now it does it. What? Dude, that's so weird. I figured it out. Whatever, that's fine by me. Okay. So then... There it goes. That's dope. Cool. Alright. Where is it? It's like directly beneath us. The problem is the throttles are stuck at 100. Well, swing and a miss. Let's load. Let's stop and let's load the King Air and see if we can mark a fire. Okay, so this thing seems to have loaded correctly. There we go. Okay. Ground, mission, Wildfire, over to Corona and Fullerton. Without further ado, let's see if we can do this correct. Remove parking brake. We'll slowly roll here. Oh wow, that's the smoke right there. What the fuck? It like generated. You can see it down there. This is like home fires, if I remember correctly. Smoke drop. It said something like 140 or something, or 140 through 160 is the drop speed. So we will, yep, normally 140 to 160. So we will go ahead and run that. It doesn't really give you a deck altitude. So here's what we will do. We will fly a little close to the sun. Let's kill some power. And we'll actually just check it ourselves. Because I don't know of a better way to do it. And the reason I'm doing this is because we want to maintain anywhere from 400 to 800. Thanks, don't care. 400 to 800 feet above ground level. So that's what they call AGL. So we'll call it 700. Let's go max power. 700. So we are going to want to be at like 1100 to 1500 feet. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll kind of start this line here. And now let's make sure we get the smoke going. Let's try here. 3, 4, 5. That's cool. Some cool audio right there. Alright. Full power. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it's kind of hard to fly and do that. So I think just like fly into the mountain. And now there's a wind change. I feel like they just want you. I think what the developers plan to do or whatever, what they think puts out fires is like actually extinguishing the fire and not like, although it looked like he dropped water. Like retardant you wouldn't really put on fire. At least I've never seen that. Maybe if you miss. But anyways, we will go ahead and do the same thing. And so we'll do another 1,300 feet, which I didn't really monitor last time, so I talk all that shit on people, on pilots, but look who biffed it himself. Let's see what happens.
We're laying smoke for the draw.
500.
Okay, Tanker. We're ready for you to drop at the indicated location.
Tanker is inbound for the drop.
Ah. Let's see if it actually goes in.
Caution. TFR ahead.
Oh. Dude,
Tanker drop is complete.
that's so sick.
We're laying smoke for the draw. Okay, Tanker. We're ready for you to drop at the indicated location.
Tanker is inbound for the drop.
Stalls the plane.
Tanker drop is complete.
I was trying to go slow so I could get the drop. There's 13, about 150, give it some more. There's some smoke. I think you have to smoke. I feel like you have to smoke the whole thing. That's so sick.
Tanker drop is complete.
We will go to the nearest airport and call it a day. Go to Chino. That was a god-awful landing, but not the worst I've done, because when I first started the sim, you will notice that I lost power in the throttles, not to my doing, nor the plane's doing, but the plugin's doing. So, not my worst landing. We have crashed in this flight. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try and cut this down because I'm sure I have like 30, 45 minutes worth of footage and ain't nobody trying to see all that. So, I'll cut it down, try and get it to like a 20-minute video. That'd be dope. And then, yeah, I don't know. hopefully the boys over there get it at whatever hyper flex power. The hell is the name of this? What the hell is your guys' name? HPG. I forget the name, and I'm sorry. But just know that I support it because it's a good fucking idea. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and thank you to the boys over there at HPG. It seems like you guys kind of freaked out and got overwhelmed with the amount of people crying about, some brand new thing that comes out and it isn't perfect. So thank you guys for doing that, and hopefully you guys get it fixed and you re-release it to the public. And that's all. Thanks. Subscribe or like or comment and say I'm a fucking idiot and should have landed a million times better. Let me know. But yeah, thank you everybody. I'll see you later.